Suspense thriller movies don't necessarily fit into the genre of horror, but they're just as scary to us. It messes with our thoughts for a while, leaving us with a certain lingering emotion. Although most suspense thriller movies are great, there are those which stand out above the rest. Here are a few of the best suspense thriller movies that will make you wonder what you just watched for hours on end. Number 1. The Silence of the Lambs. The Silence of the Lambs, which won all 5 big awards at the 1992 Oscars, with Jodie Foster and Anthony Hopkins playing 2 of the most idiosyncratic characters in movie history. Silence continues to inspire and command awe. The movie follows young agent Clarice Starling, an FBI cadet who seeks the help of psychiatrist Dr. Hannibal Lecter, an incarcerated serial killer, to catch another just as terrifying one who's on the loose by learning his modus operandi. Prequels include Red Dragon and Hannibal Rising, and even a sequel, Hannibal, but none hold a candle to the original. Number 2. Seven. This is really one of the 90s most disturbing thrillers. A serial killer obsessed with the 7 deadly sins is the protagonist of this story. Arrogance, envy, gluttony, lust, rage, greed, and sloth. Such patterns complete all of his murders or crimes. The film follows the story of David Mills, a detective who partnered with retired William Somerset to hunt down a serial killer and his murders using the 7 deadly sins as a motive. The detectives locate all but 2 of the victims, and they also apprehend the murderer. He informs them he will take them to the location of his last 2 victims. They load him into the car and drive him out into the desert, where they discover his sick game with the last 2 unfortunate pieces, anger and envy. You'll need to wait to find out the conclusion of this incredible thriller. Number 3. Misery. While Stephen King may be the master of horror, he also has written quite a few tales that fall into the category of suspense thriller. Misery is one of the very best. The tale of a writer who finds himself prisoner by his self-proclaimed #1 fan. The hero hasn't finished a novel to her taste, and now she's got him in her grasp, and he's writing under an extremely painful and violent time limit. Number 4. Black Swan. One of the most riveting suspense thriller movies is Black Swan. Natalie Portman won a Best Actress Oscar playing Nina Sayers in Black Swan, a New York City ballerina whose obsession with dance takes over every aspect of her life. As pressures rise because of her lack of passion and intensity as the embodied Black Swan, Nina begins to hallucinate. As the dark alter ego, she is obsessed with trying to achieve the perfect performance. Her visions are getting so severe that she almost loses the dual component in Swan Lake. She drives herself again, having vivid memories of violence and sex, only to succeed at last in her depiction of the alter ego. But still, may it have been too late? This movie is one that you will love and hate at the same time. Number 5. Nocturnal Animals. Nocturnal Animals is a twofer, meaning it has 2 different plot lines. A rough cautionary tale about love, revenge, and the division between life and art. The darkened space in which real people are transformed into fictional characters, and old wounds turn into narrative grist. Here, an unhappy girlfriend becomes a happy wife, a deceived man becomes a victim all over again, and various assassins take turns bringing pain. Nocturnal Animals is an interesting, well-written film answering timeless questions: decision versus indecision, commitment to art, passion, and revenge versus cowardice. Number 6. The Machinist. This movie will have you wondering right from the start what the hell is going on. Yeah, it's confounding and tragic, but behind this madness, there's a system. Sadly, the cause for the madness of Trevor Resnick is even more tragic. Christian Bale lost more than 60 pounds in preparation for his performance as the gaunt, troubled Trevor Resnick in The Machinist. Trevor Resnick looks like hell. He does not sleep, he does not eat at all, he smokes cigarettes, but he works every night as a machinist. He is so emaciated that his coworkers rarely will come near him. Trevor is confronted by his bosses and asked for a urinary analysis because they believe he must be on drugs. Trevor experiences many life stressors throughout the film, such as injuring others, himself, losing his job, losing relationships, and legal struggles. He is consumed by his own delusions and hallucinations, which are induced from a hit and run. Movies you cannot forget. Suspense thriller movies are some of the best shows to watch and the most exciting. They not only keep you entertained, but they keep you confused for hours and even days later.